Okay, so welcome back to the GoMuu Weekly update number 2 from Kazuma Nightmare. What's been going on this week? First of all, I hit countdown 42 to be exact, which unlocked a bunch of new stuff. The zero system, the hyperspace, and also the new level cap at 50. And if I had to sum it up, this game takes time. Most of my XP came from doing activities and simulations, and basically just grinding the daily missions and refilling energy with Hero of Gods. So it was like a slow and steady progress, which was basically what you needed to do here. What exactly changed my account since last week? That's basically what we'll go through in this video. If you just want a quick summary, you can just skip to the weekly recap chapter at the end of the video. But if you're into details, tips, and what I've learned so far, let's jump right in. First of all, one of the biggest lessons I've learned is always finish your chaos runs all the way to mind break. I had plenty of runs where I almost hit escape to restart faster, but honestly don't. Things can flip around completely. Sometimes you end up with crazy good save data, or the RNG just decides to bless you for once. For example, one run I was doing with Rin, and at some point I was like, okay, that's it. I can just press escape and just press just start a new run to save time, which I didn't, and it turned out really well actually. So yeah, be a bit greedy, take the risk, and finish the run. It's worth it. Regarding team building and classes, I tried out a bunch of setups to figure out what works best. For example, these are all my settings. Some I tried out for content creation. So basically what I would recommend: pick a Vanguard, pick one DPS, pick one support. Okay, why that combo? I'm still sick, so sorry for that. Why that combo? The Vanguard's main job is to generate shields, and shields are still ridiculously good in Kazuma Nightmare, as they reduce your mind break gain, which matters a lot since healing is random and doesn't go very far. You can play without a Vanguard, but it's rough. So especially early on, I'd say take at least one. Ideally, Maribel, Magna, or Calipe. Amir can fill that role too, but I think she works better as an off tank, which I will explain later on why. What is important for team building? Like what's actually important? First of all, the balance is key. Like your team needs steady damage, a bit of healing, and enough shielding to survive elite enemies at least. Because they will hit you at least once or a few times, so you get mind broken pretty early and pretty fast and way too often if you choose early mobs for the chance to get their card or for better epiphanies, depending. But honestly, what matters more than your team setup itself is the save data you are faced with, because depending on your save data, the whole character can change. Like with the right save data and items, you can change how a character plays entirely, even create hybrids that work way better than it actually should. So basically, what matters more than your team setup is your save data, because it actually defines how strong your characters go and how strong they are. To say differently, I think like this: team comp gives you the basics, the foundation, and save data is a power boost, like how far your character can really go. Next up. Should you finish the story? Yes, absolutely. Finish the story, at least so far it's done now. Reason being is it unlocks all the content, so you can start farming materials for whatever you need. It raises your character level cap, which is huge because you can now hit level 50 instead of level 40, for example. And I would also focus on my main team first. So my partners are a bit behind, at least for me, mostly because I've been testing combos for content creation in different setups. That's why I leveled Amir, I leveled up Beryl, I leveled up Tressa, Ray, and so on. The only one I'm behind is Owen and Cassius. Cassius is pretty good as well, and Owen probably too, because everyone here is good. So yeah, I would recommend that. Also, what you should focus on while leveling is focus on around 6 characters. Start with your main 3, usually your best 5-star pull plus 2 solid supports. For example, I pulled Grenade first and paired her up as a result with Mika and Selena, and then I pulled Nia and switched out Mika for Nia. At the end, I decided to put Mika in more teams. Reason being is my gacha luck is really bad, but when it comes to Mika, I somehow already finished all 6 of her, which then gives her 2 wave at the start of the battle, which is probably huge as well. Why do I recommend to focus on 6 characters? Main reason is the base in hyperspace later on requires 2 full teams per stage, which is then needed to proceed. Like at some point you need 2 of them. So 1 team isn't enough, so you need 2. So therefore 6 characters. But at first I would concentrate just on your main 3, whatever that may be. Doesn't need to be 3 5 stars. Can be like I started 1 5-star and 2 4 stars. Works as well. That's basically your early goal, a solid first team and a plan for the next team, depending on who you pull and how your gacha luck is. So to summarize the weekly summary, what's new? Number 1, new 5-star pulls are Hugo and Olea. Hugo was my best pity so far. He dropped on the first multi after a pity, which, yeah, finally some luck for once. I reached level 40, which unlocked a 0 system. And whew, that difficulty spike is real. Be ready for it. Like it goes real hard from that point on, which you can look forward to or prepare to. Prepare yourself for it depending on how you see it. I also finished all my story content available so far, so I can dive into everything else. So right now my focus is, first of all, the 0 system challenges. Second of all, the base in hyperspace runs that I need to finish them. And the last would be the farming materials for my partners and also the farming materials for mostly the potential of everyone so far as I can manage. So yeah, that's basically a summary. Now, side info. Amir. I tested Amir as Vanguard. It works, but not great. She just doesn't have enough shield or barrier cards to make it consistent. For example, she has one shield card, she has her Metalize, and apart from that, she doesn't have any shield cards so far. So I would combine Amir normally with someone else. Like if you want to play her as a tank, it works, but then you will need to build her save data around shields. Otherwise, she's better as an off-tank DPS. She can do solid damage, but early on she struggles to sustain defense until her later epiphanies kick in. For example, you can pick the hovering metal and either pick the upgrade so you have metallization every turn, or you gain more metalize when you play the card itself. Counterattack works too, but I would concentrate on either these two because they seem really important. If you have someone that has at least one 2-cost card, this would be probably also possible. I would probably never pick this one except if you want to like pull your metalize in one battle to 5 all at once. So that's basically the summary. My closing thoughts. Just a quick note, I work long days, usually 9 to 8, and I was sick recently. I'm still sick a bit, which you can hear. So getting to level 40 as a free-to-play player took a bit. And by free, I mean I only grabbed the battle pass and daily login pack, so around 14.99 euros per month total. I have no creator perks, I have no freebies. I only have basically what was given to me as a player, and I tried to also save up on the tier of goddess and don't use too much of it. Sometimes I did because I wanted to reach 40 at some point, which also works with the activity settings, and with activity you're basically trying to zero out these, which can be annoying. But that's it for me. That's it from GoMuu. If you've got questions, ideas, or topics you'd like me to cover next time, drop them in the comments. I always read them. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious, stay positive. See you next time, community. Bye.